I'm here with the director of Jacob Pictures' latest film, Sprint, and we today are going to be giving a few questions on the costumes he picked for his characters. Where did you get the most of your inspiration for the costume of the three characters in the opening 2 minutes?
Well, for the main protagonist, Jason, for the present day scene, took inspiration from Marty McFly from Back to the Future. And though their costumes are completely different, I took inspiration that Marty is young, he's fashionable, but he's fashionable for his day and age. So I took inspiration from this and decided to have Jason look a bit more fashionable for the day and age of today's society, which is why I chose that I wanted to have him in skinny jeans, a nice white t-shirt to convey his lost memory, and nice shoes, just to show that he's got that style of a young person in today's society. However, obviously there is a flashback scene, so I decided for the flashback scene I took inspiration from K and J from Men in Black. The reason being for this is because they are also secret government agent workers, much like undercover government, much like Jason is. So by having him dressed fashionably in a suit, it's a fashionable suit to link in with his present day as well. But the suit looks very smart, it makes him look... people associate suits with, high-end jobs like bankers or the government. So it makes him look wealthy as well as smart, and it links into his job, which is work for the undercover government. For the antagonist, the mysterious biker, I took inspiration from the Stig from BBC's show Top Gear. The reason I chose the Stig is because he wears a helmet purely because he wants to keep his identity secret, and we, as a crew, decided that we wanted the mysterious biker to have a secret identity. We wanted the audience and Jason to find out who this person was together, and the reason that is why I chose the helmet for him, because he's got to keep that identity secret from him. And lastly, for Katie, I decided to go with a very formal dress. I took inspiration from Cinderella, as Cinderella wears a very pretty and bright dress. Not so much the bright part, but pretty. She looks fashionable and she stands out. So I decided to have Katie wear a more formal dress, but it still stands out because of the white patches she has on the dress, which she's chosen to wear, which I'll put a script picture on screen. And also because if she looks very formal, it conveys that she too has a high-end job, much like her husband Jason.
Why did you not have Jason in a suit in the present day scenes in the opening 2 minutes of the film?
Well, that's a good question. I did consider having him in a suit or with the shirt and the trousers on for the present day scene, but then I realised that they looked too similar. I wanted to have a clear contrast to the audience between the flashback and the present day scene, just so they didn't get confused and they could clearly see how his past life, just very formal, very casual, very smart, and how well it seemed to be going, contrasted to the present when he's scruffy, he's a bit more reckless in a way. So it kind of shows a clear contrast between how his life was going and how his life was and how it is going now, which is going downhill. So overall, the reason I chose for this change is so clear contrast, and so it allows the audience to find out a little bit more, as well as Jason, about his past, which is why he wears a suit, which is also why when Jason sees the mysterious biker in his suit, that triggers his flashback back to that moment when he remembers him in a suit coming home from his work as a secret government.
How did you come up with the idea of having the biker in a helmet in the film?
Well, the reason the idea came about is because of how we wanted to keep his identity secret, but also from research that we've done into thriller films and inspiration we've got from thriller films as a group and as a crew. We've kind of decided that the antagonists of the films need to be scary as such and strike fear into the audience's hearts, much like Dr. Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs when he wears that horrible face mask when he gets captured. It just adds to that more creepy feel that he's insane. So for our thriller film, we decided to have him in a helmet because it keeps his identity secret, so Jason nor the audience know who or what is behind this helmet. And not only that, it adds to him as a character keeping his identity secret. And finally, it makes him look creepy. The way his face is covered up is unnatural, so because it's unnatural covered up, people are going to think that's not normal, he's kind of scary. People don't just walk around with biker helmets on and watch people from afar, so it adds to the feel as him, adds to the character of a protagonist of himself with his helmet on, keeping him secret and making him more visually scary for the audience to watch.
Why did you decide to have the mysterious biker character dressed all in black?
That's another good question. We wanted him to be dressed in a suit to show that the link between Jason and the antagonist. Now, I don't want to spoil too much, but we'll let you know that these two were once former workmates. So Jason doesn't know who he is because he's lost his memory, but the mysterious biker remembers clearly as day who Jason was, as they were best friends as well as work colleagues. So by having their sequences all in black, it adds to him as a character being the antagonist. He's dark, he's the evil one in the film. So having him in black contrasts that to Jason's suit, which is white with a blue tie, so that you can see a clear contrast between good and evil. Jason has the white shirt and the blue tie, whereas the antagonist biker has a black t-shirt and a black tie. It's good versus evil, and having him dressed all in black not only adds to his creepy feel of watching Jason from afar in the shadows, so he blends into the shadows. Notice how not only it's everything that he wears is in black, the helmet, right down from the helmet to the shoes, so it's all black to go in the shadows, and a black dark colour in films kind of conveys the unknown and a bit of mysterious evil kind of feel. So that's why I decided to have him dressed in black to add to his character. The costume needs to add to his character and portray him more as an evil villain than a hero.
Finally, why did you decide to have the character Katie wear a dark formal dress rather than a bright party dress?
Well, the reason I wanted her to rather have a formal dress and a party dress was because I wanted her to be seen by the audience as a formal, respectable woman. You know, she's a hard-working woman, much like her husband Jason, which is why they go well together. And by having this formal dress conveys that her too has a high-end job, earns a lot of money, as well as her husband, which shows how well their life is going together. And I did consider having her be maybe a little bit more young, partyish, but instead I wanted her to be focused on as a strong woman herself, who works hard for herself, rather than a bit of eye candy for the men and a damsel in distress. I didn't want to go towards that. Yes, she's a pretty woman and we have makeup on her and she does get captured, but I want her to be strong because there will be scenes in the film where she has to fend for herself and the audience will then see how strong as a character she actually is. So by having her formal dress, and obviously this will get ripped and teared throughout the film, but the formal dress conveys that she is a strong woman, she's hard working and will do anything to protect her family, which is why, because her and Jason both have nice costumes, it conveys that they both have high working jobs, which conveys they make a lot of money, and because she's pregnant it makes it that much more devastating in the end of the film when everything goes wrong. So that's why I decided to have Katie in this nice formal dress.
Well, thank you, Jack, for joining us in this interview. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you for having me.